What it do, kinfolk and skinfolk? Welcome back for those who's already part of the family. And for those who are new, you are not in the wrong place. This is indeed the Life Be Lifing podcast. We are hosted by none other than, excuse me, we are hosted by none other. Like be lifing, even in the middle of a sentence.
Every time.
We're hosted by none other than the dynamic, the wise, the squishy thug, the funny one, uh, and the versatile Mimi, the goddess.
Hey guys, what's going on?
And of course, we are also guest joined by our sponsor, the owner of Simply Nashay Catering, Keish, with the tizzy. And they are flanked by none other than your favorite fat freckled man, aka Stephen Fatson, aka Fat Barnes, because I want all the smoke. Your favorite coach, the big dog himself. Splash Charles, baby.
I love
Y'all know who it is. So in this episode, we finna have a conversation. We've had multiple conversations about relationships and conversations, but we gonna get a little bit more specific this time around. And because of the nature of the conversation, I'm gonna kind of be a little bit of a passenger on this joint, and I'm gonna let the queens kind of, they take turns running point. I'm gonna just put the ball in. That's what I'm here to do on this one, and I'm gonna let them run point. So hostess with the mostest, lead us in.
All right. So recently the topic came
Ooh,
up.
or should I play the audio first?
Oh, let's do that because that gives them some exact context.
All right. Hopefully this comes through clear to y'all. This is an excerpt from Conversations on Film. And yeah, y'all listen to this and I'll give context to this conversation.
See, we're back. My father is amazing. My father is amazing. I love black men. I love black fathers. And I hate the fact that Father's Day was right around Juneteenth. That energy was everything to me. For you. It wasn't Father's Day. No, it wasn't Father's Day. It was just that. Yeah. It was right? Father's Day and Juneteenth was a day of fun.
Quick interruption on that. While she's saying that's amazing to them, to the fathers, it's another story. I mean, we benefited from the cookout aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because not all fathers get cookouts for Father's Day. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get a little bit gypped on the gifts. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the Black Power mug, but come on now. It's Father's Day. I'll let those ladies continue. Jazz G and, Jada G and Jazz are on the mic on Conversations on Film.
The energy was infectious for me, right? But like I said, as black women, we've got to get back to a place where we are respecting them. Because I can't expect you to show up and protect and love and provide, and I don't even know how to talk to you. I gotta always know how to talk to the king in you. I don't care how bad I get. And I had to learn, I learned that in therapy, that for me to manifest the man that I wanted in my life, I have to learn how to always speak to him like the man I wanted.
Okay, so there was a lot more to that conversation, but y'all get the general gist. And again, I'm going to defer to the co-host.
Okay, so this topic came up because, we always have conversations about how men speak to women, how women want to be spoken to by the men in their life. But we never take into consideration how we speak to men and how they want to be spoken to by us as a part of their life. So, we were having kind of like a little sidebar conversation about this. And I've come to understand why some men don't even understand what it is to be talked to or spoken to like a king because their woman talks at them and not to them. So, Keish, give me your thoughts on, your situations and how you learn that you have to look at you. Two Kings 215, guys. Make sure you check them out. And how you came to the realization that maybe you don't always talk to your dude, in the highest regard or as he would like to be spoken to.
I don't know. I wouldn't even say that I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And your question got me thinking, like, have I always been that way? Um,
Exactly.
I don't know. To know me is to know that I love me a good black man. Okay, I love black men. I love
Yes.
um black men. I love black people. So speaking to him as a king is just necessary. I'm not one to argue either. So like I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned in the previous episode, like I'm not going to sit here and be angry and say things to you that I'm going to later regret or have to
Mm-hmm.
apologize for. So it's just I've always been that way. Like I'm not finna argue. I don't like to argue. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now other people, yeah, I'm arguing with, but with him, no, I'm
Not your
not going
man.
to. I just don't want to. It's just not fun
Yeah.
for me. So in that aspect, it's not really something that I had to learn. Now I have had to one situation in particular very recently where I was trying to get my point across and he didn't understand what I was saying at all, and I was just so frustrated. Like, and I found myself yelling, and then I got
Ah.
real emotional, and then the next day I was like, I apologize. And it wasn't that I was, being disrespectful to him, but it was the yelling in itself. You know what I mean? I felt like that was disrespectful, and we had a friend who was listening to the conversation who also heard me yelling. So now, not only am I
Mm-hmm.
just yelling at you and that being disrespectful, I'm being disrespectful in front of a friend. So I
Yeah.
told him, I said, I didn't want that to go that way. I was just very frustrated, and I apologize. And I said, not only am I going to apologize to you, I'm going to go ahead and hit our friend up and let them know, you know, I apologize for acting that way because that's not how you get your point across.
Right.
Um, but as we know, there's many women out here that, in the spur of the moment or whatever, when they're arguing, they not talking to the king and anybody. They not acting like the queen and themselves. Their mouth is reckless. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's not really something that I do, but we all human. We make mistakes. How about
So
you?
did that get you out of character because you felt provoked in some type of way, which made that kind of switch in how you change the tone, in the topic of conversation?
Um, Not that I was
Like, what was
provoked. I
it?
was just because to me it was just clear. Like it was black and white, and we. It's like how I am, right?
Mm,
So I shouldn't have to fight this hard to get my point across. If you understand exactly who I am, so I was just so frustrated. Like I'm like, don't you hear me? You know what I mean? And it was actually the
ah,
smallest thing, but the biggest thing.
yeah.
Like at the same time.
Okay. So
You
now
get what
here's
I'm
where I
saying?
ask you. I do, right? So, but here's where I want a male's perspective. Based on what she said, I felt like he wasn't hearing me. I felt like I was clear. So, in the realm of communication, how many times has that happened that you witnessed, maybe been a part of? Kind of like it might be you versus someone else, your wife versus you, whomever. How many times have we seen that happen and it causes more of a stir than necessary?
Absolutely. Oftentimes, when that happens, it makes whatever you were talking about an argument, where it wasn't an argument. It was a conversation, a
Hmm.
discussion, even. You know what I'm saying? Even somebody, letting it be known what they need from you, which shouldn't end up in a fight, right? But it's
Right.
as Keish said, it's not just intentional disrespect, and a lot of times people let that go over their head, like, oh well, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, you just wasn't listening. Um, like I know personally, one of the hurdles with communication that sometimes my wife and I have, because women in general, I'll start out with saying this, from what I understand, women in general are already feeling unheard. You know what I'm saying? In today's society,
Yeah.
women in general feel unheard. So once they decide to line up with this brother, whoever he is,
Not line
and
up.
you know what I'm saying? Well, when I say line up, I mean in the sense like their life, like, you know what I mean? Because one thing was just somebody you
Okay.
seen or just somebody you talking to. You could easily
Okay. Now
just
I get the
dismiss
context of
them
that.
as a failure, but I mean literally like start aligning your life with this person, um,
Mm-hmm.
because you see it going somewhere. Much
Right,
less
right.
when you
Right.
actually are in the stages of going somewhere. So once you start aligning yourself with this brother, and you feel like they know me, they know who I am, they know how I am,
Mm-hmm.
they know my
Yeah.
intentions, they know the type of direction I'm trying to go, and somehow they got the nerve to not hear what I'm saying.
Right.
So it's like you feel unheard by everybody else. So at home, by that person you love, in your situation, in your not even situation, in your love, whatever that is, boyfriend, husband, fiance, whatever that is, in that space, you expect understanding. It's
Mm.
already supposed to be there. That's why you with this person, because they get you. So
Mm-hmm.
when they don't get
But
you,
do they?
see, and that's the thing, right? So when us as the dudes don't get y'all, it's like, what you mean you don't get me? Especially, and Keish said it. Here it is, right? Because some women could actually admit that they're poor communicators. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah. Some, not many.
I'm being clear.
Not many.
I'm being clear, and you're still not getting what I'm saying. And instead, and this is where I'm gonna get a little personal, because my wife has fallen into that affliction too. And what I'll say is, excuse me, you're mistaking me not understanding you for not hearing you. You're taking the emotions of you being unheard and putting
Mm-hmm.
it in a place where you're not being understood or agreed with. And the unheard comes with pain. If y'all could actually separate that emotion, in my opinion, if y'all could actually separate that emotion and just understand that we don't understand y'all at certain points,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'd be that bad. I don't think the fights would get
You're
anywhere
so right.
near as bad as they would, as bad as they
You're so
do.
right.
Because I think at worst you would think he being a dumbass, right? But at the same time, there's something that's annoying but forgivable. It's not
Yeah.
disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? It's not a direct
Mm-hmm.
attack, and it's not dismissive. And see, this goes back to
Right.
the feelings of unheard. Especially black women feel like they get dismissed when they
Yeah.
try to speak out and when they try to be present everywhere else
Yeah.
in society. So to come home, be saying something that's clear, black, white, ABC, 1, 2, 3, and he's not hearing me, I'm being dismissed here too. And you take
Mm.
all that fight energy from outside and you bring it inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's been so many times where she'll say, where maybe I'll do something outside of what she asked, or I'll do something that she asked me not to do, or whatever it is, right? And it's like, see, because you don't listen to me, and da 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 da. And it's like, no, I just didn't agree with you,
Mm-hmm.
or I didn't understand you, or even worse,
Mm-hmm.
apparently, I thought I had a better way, and I tried to enact it.
Yeah.
And I can admit, maybe if we communicate that we thought we had a better way before we enact it, that might help.
Mm-hmm.
I could
That would
concede
help a
that.
lot.
I could concede that. But we're men, and action is supposed to be our thing. And a lot of
Right.
times we feel like the time it takes to try to reach out to you and get you to understand why this way is better and why we're going to do it this way, we could get the thing done already. So again, like I said, I could concede on behalf of men. I could concede where that communication should probably happen more often, and at least it might give a chance for less disruption when we decide we're
Yeah.
going to do things our way. Because it does lead into problems sometimes. If you're just going to be honest, sometimes y'all really did have the better plan. I can admit that. But like I said, it comes with everything else that y'all already feeling. Y'all feel dismissed. Y'all feel ignored. And ignoring a woman, man, is just cardinal sin. Cardinal sin.
That's top flight mistake right there.
Right.
I think that's what leads to a lot of the conversation that's currently being had about why women are so disrespectful in conversation to men, because they're like, oh, you're disrespecting me because, you're dismissing me, you're not listening to me, you're not validating my feelings, you talk to me crazy when you feel like I'm coming at you in a crazy manner, but really what it is you're not in agreement with me, you're not in alignment with me, you're not really in communication lockstep with me. So instead of slowing down, kind of trying to take a step back and see where we went wrong, men get defensive. And it's just what a lot of men do, because it's like, a lot of them, I hate to say this, because they know they're wrong. So the way that they kind of like backpedal from the bullshit is, you just said it, we had a better way and we knew we should have communicated. That's wrong.
No. Now, hold on. I'm saying in retrospect, I realized we should do it. But at the time, it's not so much that we realized we should have communicated. We feel like getting it done is more important. So maybe there's something wrong with that thought process, but I'm just saying. It's not like we're like, oh man, I should probably call her and tell her, but fuck that. No, it's just really like, yo, let me just get this handled. Let me get this done.
Okay, I've definitely been on that side of it before and seen it go down like that. But I've also been on the side of it where it's like, yeah, I'm not fitting to do that because that's not the way I want to do it. And I just don't want to communicate that because I don't want the back and forth about, well, why are you just not going to do it the way I asked you to do it? What makes your way better? Why are you doing it that way?
Okay, that's some of that too.
So I feel like some men be knowing, like,
you're right.
I'm not finna communicate this because that's going to be the argument, right? That's going to be the argument because she asked me to do this and she asked me to do it in this way, but because I feel like I got a better way, she ain't hearing me, right? And so 100%. Yeah, so with that, I think that's what leads to that level of disrespectful conversation. But what old girl was saying, and I don't remember which one's name it was that was actually saying.
The one that was making sense was Jazz.
Yes, Jazz. Because I always get them mixed up. What Jazz was saying is we have to, or she, right? But I think she's speaking to all women as far as how we need to move going forward. But
so she was definitely speaking as a collective.
She was. She was saying what she had to learn to do was always speak to the king in her man. So no matter what the situation was, how things were going and progressing, what the change in, tempo was, attitude or whatever, she still decided to talk to him in a respectful manner. But the thing is, what does that look like for people? You know what I'm saying? Because some men is okay with a woman expressing herself using profanity but not raising their voice. Like, I literally can raise my voice, cuss, whatever. I just can't call him a nigga. Like, the minute I do that, I'm being disrespectful. Even if I'm like, I'd be like, nigga. He'd be like, don't call me that. I'm like, I'm not calling you that. I'm just saying it. No, but don't call me that. I'm like, I'm not calling you that. So it's just kind of like, for most men, and most men and women, like, do you even know what that person finds less than worthy of conversation, or you're not talking to them nicely, you're being disrespectful in the conversation? Because like I said, as long as I'm not directly cussing at him, calling him out of his name, like in his face, yelling, pointing or whatever, it's no problem. But the minute like I call him out his name or I'm cussing at him and I'm like my voice done gone up an octave, now I'm talking to him disrespectfully. I could be making all the sense in the world, but he's going to tune me all the way out once I start talking to him crazy. Once I start talking to him crazy. And like what you were saying, Keish, I feel that because it's like I'm sitting here, I'm literally giving you everything you need to understand me. I'm breaking it down. I'm asking the questions. I'm like, so what don't you get? Or where did you misunderstand what I said? And it's just kind of like the conversation somehow goes left. And I'm always trying to figure out why the conversation always goes left. Now, is it because men get frustrated because they feel like, okay, we're going in a do loop here. This is a repeat. Like, we're not getting anywhere. So then they want to shut the conversation down because they feel like, okay, this woman about to start talking to me crazy and I'm going to talk back to her crazy and then we going to have a problem. Like, what is it that gets, us as a people to that point?
It is nothing worse than the loop. It is nothing worse to men than hearing the same thing in the same circle. It's even worse when we don't agree with it and we don't understand it. Like, not agreeing with it is one thing, right? Because to be honest, sorry, y'all, I'm going to be honest for the fellas. I'm telling a little bit of, you know what I mean? But we are going to start blocking y'all out. We are going to start, tuning y'all out when it's something that we simply don't agree with. And you're going with it the same old, same old, same old. It's like, all right, let her do her thing. Let her get her shit off. But that's not going to lead to an argument outside of us doing it in a disrespectful fashion. Like, if we sitting there rolling our eyes or we clearly doing something else, then that's going to, leave y'all incensed. But if we just make sure we paying attention physically, listening to what you're saying, it's like we're tuning out the maybe value in what you're saying at that point. But yeah, we listen. We can repeat what you said. You know what I mean? We caught the words, but it's like it's the same shit, so we kind of know where it's going. The part that you mentioned that's important is the part where we're having this conversation where I know if I don't agree with you, you're going to start to talking to me crazy. And that's where things go left. Knowing you finna talk to me crazy because you're too emotionally attached to whatever issue this is, and the fact that I can't get on board. That's where it is, because it's like we're waiting for that phrase. Because that's the thing. That's the thing. I feel like every woman has some kind of phrase or some kind of sentence in this in that particular conversation that lets you know, hey, this is the steering wheel.
It's finna go down.
We're destination left, guys.
I'm about to run this bitch off the road. We about to go right into the river.
Off the cliff, bro. It's coming. Here it comes. And when she says it, it's like, yup.
You put the gloves on. Let me wrap up. Time to go to war. Oh,
you know
so what's that phrase for you now? Like, what's the phrase for you that when you hear it, you know shit about to go down south? Like, motherfucking gangster grills, rap a lot, Master P and them, no limit, bout it south. Like, what's the phrase?
One that I think is generic for all women. I just think it's funny how. Oh my fucking God, it's gonna get better.
See, no. See, for me, that I just think I don't even use that phrase. I don't
either, but what's
I
up
don't.
When somebody say.
True facts, but that's why I probably don't use it, because I feel like it instantly puts a man on edge.
Absolutely.
Just like
we need to talk.
We need to have a conversation.
We need to talk. We need to talk.
Come on, I need y'all to cool out on that one. Like,
no, because it's never good. Y'all never need to talk to us about anything good. You never need to talk to us about how we blew you the fuck up last night. You never need to talk to us about how much you appreciate the things we do around the house, how we make your life easier. If I catch you from either whooping somebody's ass and ending up in jail or getting your ass whooped the other night, you never come back to reflect on that and be like, baby, I need to talk to you. Did you know that I was so incensed last night that I was going to throw it all away? And I'm so glad that you knew me well enough to know what to do to get me up out of that situation. We could have got killed. There's no telling if she had a gun or not. Women carry too. That conversation never.
See, but we wouldn't start that with we need to talk. We would just be like,
my point.
We would just jump right in.
My point exactly. So that's why we need to talk is an omen.
No. We need to talk does not necessarily say something bad. It just says something serious.
Where's my head at?
We need to talk. We behind on
He
the
said, "Where
bills
my
this
head at?"
month. Like that don't mean you in
Yeah,
trouble. That means
but
I need you to. Yo, you gotta
not
chill,
true.
bro.
Yeah. You doing
Knock
too
that
much.
cap
Time out,
off,
son.
This
yo.
off when you
Talk to
stop
me
capping.
nice.
I'm gonna take this
Talk to me
off
nice.
when
Will
you
you
stop
stop?
capping.
I'm not
For
capping.
me, I don't use
There
that
has
phrase. I'm
never
like,
been anything good that comes after we need to talk. Never.
But
In the
it don't
history of
mean
man
you're in
and woman.
trouble is what I'm saying. I'm
It
just saying it's a serious
it don't
conversation.
matter.
That's
It
why
don't
we use it.
matter.
We want your undivided attention if we say that.
But it's
That's
always
it.
something
That's
bad.
it. And that's
Either you about to break up with us, either you overdrew the account. You know,
That don't mean you in trouble. I
you
fucked
about
up, but I
but
need
we
your attention.
together. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
9 times out of 10, that's another thing. Y'all don't. We need to talk about something that's just wrong with y'all. Like, no, it be some shit that's gonna affect us. That's why we need to talk, dummy. Like, don't.
yeah, no. See, I definitely don't use that phrase. I'd be like, hey, you got time to chat later, or you got some time for us to talk later, or
Man,
you got time
being
for
clever,
some conversation.
man, being clever about it, ain't no difference. No. Being clever about it and remixing it, it's the same.
But hold on. Isn't that talking to y'all nice? Because
You have a
but
moment
think
to talk
about
about
it.
our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Like, come on, man.
Are you prepared for Jehovah's return?
Are you prepared for Jehovah's return? But no, think about it. But in all fairness, the reason why I do that is because I know that if I say we need to talk, that's not me talking to you nice, because I know that's gonna put you on edge. So if
All
I
you did was
come to you,
remix it. All you did was remix it. What y'all could just do.
just because you're smart and you know it's a remix, that don't mean other niggas know it's a remix.
That's the fuck you do. That's the fuck
No.
you do.
What would you
What
prefer us
happens
to say?
is, niggas know it's a remix. It's just that at this point we understand that you're trying to soften the blow. So it's like, all right, man. I'm gonna give her a B for effort, and I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna give her a B for effort, and I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna let her walk me down into the forest before she put the bullet in my head. All right, man. Shit, I won't roll my eyes because she at least trying.
So
She at least trying
dramatic.
to talk me. No, I'm not being dramatic because it's always bad news. Every time y'all sit down and y'all need to have a serious conversation, it's bad news. Y'all never need to have a serious conversation about good news. When it's good news, you just talk. And you about to
Or
ask
I'll say
me
I got something to tell you later, or I got something to talk to you about later.
boom.
That's not.
Boom. I got something to tell you later. Definitely could go either way.
That's
don't
why I
make you
use that
nervous,
phrase.
though?
Either way.
That's what I'm saying. It don't.
It could make you nervous, but it's not bad news all the time. Depending on
Now
how
I get the.
you know what I'm saying.
And so when I say it like that, because of my game done been peaked, I'll be like, oh, I got something to talk to you about later, or like I gotta tell you something later. They be like, oh, everything all right? And I'm like,
Exactly.
yeah, why?
Exactly.
Yeah, why?
The whole time.
We
So
good?
now it's like, yeah.
You good?
Nah.
I'm good. But you know what's funny?
Just finished saying earlier, when it's good news, y'all don't have no preface. Y'all just talk. So when it's bad news, just talk.
Not me. No, see, and then, again, this is me
with
knowing.
no preface. Y'all don't open up good
No.
news with no preface.
No, I do, because I have also learned that
Here we go with the 2%.
people are not always in. Yes, I know, but I'm just I'm trying to learn these women something. That's all. Let me teach them. Listen, I don't learn. Niggas don't always want to talk. Like,
No, they don't.
I see a lot of times where there is this conversation about, oh, you have to fill up a woman's love tank with conversation. Women love to be talked to. Women love to talk about things. Men don't talk. You just said it earlier. Y'all are action based, not words.
It's
actions.
not that we don't talk. It's that we don't talk when we don't have something to say.
There you go. So here's the thing. There's also, we don't talk when we've had a long day. I don't got nothing to say. I just kind of want to relax and decompress. And I feel like women want to force conversation on men. Like, so you don't have no respect. Now you're not talking to this man nice because you're forcing conversation out of him. Then when he doesn't give you the conversation you want to blame him. So I have learned, you don't seem like you really want to have this conversation. So when and if you do, we'll double back to this. Now, what I hate is we're having conversation, and it seems like in the middle of that conversation, you have wholeheartedly shut down because what we say earlier, you're not trying to receive what I'm saying. You don't want to hear what I'm saying, whether it's because I'm saying something that's a transgression against you, or I'm talking about something you really don't want to have to get into or address. And you just like change subjects or switch gears on me. See, then that's when I'm going to start acting crazy, because now I feel like I'm being, in that moment, I feel like I'm being dismissed.
That's when he fucked.
I feel, or what's going to happen is I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm not saying nothing else again. So now, as a man, you mad because I don't want to give you conversation. Well, when I was trying to give you conversation, you really wasn't receiving the conversation, because instead of saying, hey, babe, I'm really not in the mood to talk, you just gave me like a half-ass listening session, and then when you heard something you ain't want to hear no more, you turned on the elevator music, and you just shut me the fuck out. Like, like you done went somewhere else because you don't want to have this fucking conversation with me. Like, I don't appreciate that. So I've always learned, as of now, what she say, I learned to talk to my man like a king, right? I know I can't come to him and be like, so let me tell you. I gotta be like, hey, look, when you got a moment, I gotta put you up on something. Or, hey, when you not busy and you got some time to talk, I gotta tell you about some shit that happened. Or when you got, you know, when we got some free time to sit down, maybe we can over dinner. Like, we need to chat about a couple things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me giving him, you know, the leeway to be like, okay, I'm ready to talk, or I feel like I can get into this conversation, or like I'm gonna prepare myself for whatever's to come, because I don't know if it's positive, I don't know if it's negative, I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad, I don't know if it's about me or somebody else did. So, like, for me, talking, yeah, I mean,
because at least that lets me get a chance before I walk into the gas chamber. Like, if it's gonna be bad news, at least you giving me the option to come get killed on my own time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that matters. To be honest, that matters. It does. It might sound like it's trivial and men should just get over it. But no, it absolutely matters, because first and foremost, you showed you respect my space and my time. And that doesn't happen anywhere near often enough. So I'm going to give you kudos on that.
Yeah, and I think I only learned that when it came to boundary setting, right? And as like me not being forced into conversations with people. Because when I used to get forced into conversations with people that I knew I didn't want to have, shit got ugly. I mean, it got nasty. It was grimy. And I would say things and get indignant, and I'm like, see, why you had to bring this out of me? Like, we didn't have to even be here. How did we get here on some Deborah Cox shit? Stop forcing me to talk about some shit I don't want to talk about. So then I learned, like, bruh, you force people into conversations your damn self. And then when it turns bad, you want to get mad. No, you force that conversation on someone that they were not wholeheartedly or duly prepared to have. So for me, I'm with Keish, like going back to the top, I'm not fitting to argue with nobody no more, because, listen, this whole side of my hair is a gray patch of hair. I don't got time to be graying every goddamn where else, okay? Like, this little patch is cute, but I ain't trying to be salt and pepper right now. And y'all not fitting to stress me out. So I'm not fitting to do that. Like, I'm absolutely not about to argue with nobody. Before, I would argue with the best of them. I would argue with your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your brother. I don't care who it is. I'm arguing. I'm arguing all y'all down. And I can know I'm wrong. And I'm still going to argue down. Now I'm just like,
that's crazy.
You right. Listen, I'm a Taurus. I will know mid-conversation. Listen, I will admit this. This is how I know I talk to people crazy, or used to. I will know mid-conversation. Damn, they got me. I'm wrong. But they ain't about to win this argument. So I'm going to keep going with it, knowing that I'm dead ass wrong. And women do that a lot too. Like, I'm putting it on the Taurus thing. But let's just keep it 100.
The Taurus in you.
I'm glad you...
Women do that a lot. Like, they know they dead ass wrong, but they gonna try. Is I like me and my coworker like to say at work, they like to backpedal and pussy pop because they know they wrong and they trying to like course correct. But now you done created a whole fucking mayhem of wreckage, and you can't double back from that. You know what I'm saying? So I have learned. I have put myself in so many situations. Nah, I'm not doing it. I used to not do it. Now I will. I'll be like, damn, my bad. You got it. You right. I'm sorry. I apologize. And that's also me learning to talk to not just, my spouse, but men in my life, period. Because, again,
Yeah.
I don't care who you were, I would talk to you reckless. I used to talk to my daddy reckless. So if I talk to my daddy reckless, what other man think they gonna get a full amount of respect out of me? Not name one of y'all niggas. So I had to learn. Listen, Demisha, like, you can't keep talking to people like that just because you know they can't beat you. So let's just start talking to people like you want people to talk to you. And that there is where I kind of rerouted the GPS on life and conversation with people, because I'm like, man, look, you ain't about to be yelling and cussing and screaming at me. But Demisha, you be yelling and cussing and screaming at people, so what you get what you give.
And that part.
So I had to start,
I've never been that woman to destroy nobody's stuff because I got stuff.
Oh, I'm not destroying nobody's
I don't
shit.
want anybody messing up
Because
my
if you
stuff.
touch my shit,
I
I'm
my
gonna touch
stuff.
you. Yeah, that's me.
I'm gonna
If you
touch you.
if you touch my shit, I'm gonna touch you. That's what's gonna happen. Because I'm one of the people that I take care and pride in the things I own. Because I worked hard to get them. So if you gonna go fuck up my shit, we got a problem. Like I'm not with that. So
I'm not doing that because karma is real. Okay, so even if you
yeah,
decide I wrecked your car, but you want to be the bigger person and not do mine, something's gonna happen, and it
I
don't
ain't,
even have to be from your
listen,
hands. So
I ain't gonna be a bigger person. Police. I'm calling the police. I'm filing charges. Okay?
you can't fuck with the police.
Police report.
You can't fuck with the police.
It's gonna be a police report. I'm gonna
Hey,
wait
look,
till you
let me
leave.
tell you.
I'm gonna wait till you leave because I'm smart enough not to do it while you're there. Because then I'm gonna be the one that get taken in cuffs. But I'm gonna wait till you leave. Take pictures of everything you done broke. And yes, this restraining order is coming, shorty. Oh yes, you finna be in small claims court. Fuck around, we be standing in front of Judge Millian or Judge Judy or something. All right.
I'm See, I
You
don't got that type of time. I'm cool.
You finna
Listen,
pay.
nah.
You finna pay.
You be great.
I don't know. Y'all men might want to start having these conversations with women and let them talk to you crazy. Because I seen women out here on the gram putting on a nigga Jordans, creasing them jumps, motherfucking moonwalking in them jumps. Bitch, you gonna die. Ooh. So y'all might want to go ahead and start letting these women talk to y'all crazy, because they be doing some crazy shit.
Yeah,
that's after they already started talking to that man crazy and he didn't bail out. That man already been disrespected. That don't just happen, yo.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
No.
It's theory, man.
Men do like crazy.
No. There are broken men who enjoy crazy because it's all they know and it's what they came up with. Sorry.
It's unfortunate, and I agree with why they do it.
I am not
but
going
yes, they're very much attracted to it.
Because most men prefer peace. Now, I'm not going to act like there's not men who thrive on crazy. They choose crazy specifically. If they have peace, they fuck it up because it's not crazy enough. Them men exist. I know a couple of them niggas.
Yes, but, they do. I do too.
So do you think that's why like women feel like they have the green light to kind of talk to men less than kingly and crazy? Because some men actually like green like that kind of shit. Like they think that shit cute to have they woman be crazy over there.
So listen, I know this is going to sound, and please forgive me because I'm not trying to, but this is going to sound Kevin Samuels-ish, red pillish, right? Because they keep batting around the same points. But a couple of these points is true. When you look at something as simple as how many women have multiple kids by multiple fathers and how many men have multiple kids, it's more women who sleeping with the same dudes. The same dudes. 8 women sleeping with one guy. So when we apply this into this situation, right? There's a bunch of women choosing these same broken men, right? These same types of fucked up men. So if 8 of y'all is dating, so okay, one woman saying that she dated 8 dudes, right? So dudes ain't shit because she dated 8 dudes and all 8 of the dudes ain't shit. Okay, you can kind of understand where her math comes from, right? Because it's 100%.
Her math, her mathing.
Okay, you can see where she gets that idea from, right? But when you have 8 women who, out of those 8 men, you have 8 more women who all dated that same guy. Then 8 more who dated guy number 3. All these women keep picking these same type of men. Then of course it's going to form the data in that situation. It's like if you keep picking fish out the same fucking bowl. Oh, all that exists are piranhas. Yeah, you keep looking at a piranha bowl, dummy. Like, what do you got to work with?
True. Right.
So until you start changing whatever needs to change, maybe your environment, maybe your thought process,
Definitely.
maybe how you spend your personal time or where you spend your personal time, like your off time. You know what I'm saying? And this goes for men too. If you're not changing things about yourself, you're gonna keep pulling in the same type of people. Like you may be able to attract whoever, but you're gonna keep pulling those in that suck, those toxic type of people. So a lot of these women who like to talk to men crazy are picking these dudes who love to be talked to crazy. Oh yeah, call me out my name. Yes.
Yes, I have seen
Talk
that.
to me crazy. Like
I'm
Leo
not one of them.
stupid ass made that song When You Mad, and I've been wanting to slap him for that shit ever since. What the fuck are you talking about? Ain't nothing sexy about you calling a little wrinkle on your face. No. I don't want the wrinkles on your face. I don't want you screwing up your nose. You sexy when you
I've been told.
peace.
I've been told I'm cute when I'm mad.
That's that again. That should sound doofy. Like it's one thing when we say y'all cute when y'all mad because we don't take y'all serious. Like there's those type of women. Like y'all actually think y'all look like ferocious tigers, but y'all look like adorable cats. It's just
so is that what it is? Is that what it is? I'm being
what
played
it
with.
is.
I'm being played with. Like they don't really think it's cute. They think it's funny.
Like, you
Okay,
think
I'm having to talk to this person.
You think you look scary like the boogie woman. You know what I mean? You think we should be threatened, but inside we just want to laugh. We're not going to laugh in your face because we know that's not going to end well.
Oh no!
But inside,
I done got laughed at. I done got laughed at for
okay,
showing
what
my
you
face.
got laughed at? Yeah, it's because he don't take the shit serious.
It was like, oh, you so cute, and I was like, nigga, who cute?
Just want to pat you on the top of your
beat
head.
your ass. It definitely was one of them pat on the top of the head, Joe. I was like, I will fuck you up. Oh, you so
That's
cute.
what that is. You so adorable with your little angry.
You so cute.
Go ahead.
You so cute.
Go ahead and shut up. Go ahead and shut up.
I'm looking like that.
But when we talking about that serious, like, flat out disrespect, you know what I mean, calling you out your name, like I always say, listen, I don't like for any woman to call me out my name because I don't take to calling women outside their name, outside the pet name. But the one thing a woman can't call me is pussy. You call me pussy, all right. You sound like you want to step outside this. And I don't do that with women who don't hit me. I don't do that with women that don't hit me. So that just means we got to be done. Like, actually, at that point, that's an easy no reconcile. You could have done everything cool by me. But the minute you get mad and you call this man pussy, no, man, I'm up out of there. I'm up out of there. So going to what you mentioned earlier,
when you say that.
going to what you said earlier about, you know what I'm saying, knowing what it looks like to talk to the king in your man, that's the key. Your man. It's going to look different. You mentioned how, hey, you can say anything but nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, Keish, I know your man. So, like, foul language doesn't bother him. But it might be the energy. It's more like the energy. It's more like the energy that's going to bother him, that's going to upset him, that's going to make him feel disrespected. Even like how you said, the yelling itself is, you know what I'm saying, where he might take an issue with that. So it's about speaking to the king in your man. You might have rough, rugged, or you might have a dude who's really easygoing, and you can go up to the top, damn near the top floor with him, and he just takes it for, that's just how she be, man, when she get mad. And I don't really feel no type of way about it. So, you know what I mean? So talking to the king and him might be, as long as you don't go overboard, right? But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, talking to the king and your significant other, talking to the king and your man, is talking to him the way you want him to talk to you when you fucked up, when you're all the way wrong.
I wholeheartedly agree.
That to me is the true definition of talking to the king in your person. Making sure that you let them know this is not about disrespect. This is not about verses. This is not about you an asshole and I'm right. It's about, hey, listen,
Mm-hmm.
I fucks with you, but I need you to get this straight. You my
Right.
dog.
Yeah.
We riding out together on this. That's it. It's me and you. And because it's just me and
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
I need you to get this right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Whatever it is, whatever the issue is, like, that's the reason why I need you to get this right. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, you the captain of my ship, dog. If you can't get this right,
Yep.
you sinking me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that
Yeah.
point,
That part.
it literally behooves that man, whoever he is, if he's worth his salt, he gotta understand at that point that you're like, yo, this is not just about me screwing up. This is about taking care of what I love.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you tell a man,
Yeah.
hey,
Definitely.
hey, listen, your car is fired, but them tires bald. You think you're not gonna try to go ahead and replace them tires? Hey man, your joint running
Mm-hmm.
smooth. I barely hear it when it pull up. But if you don't put some more gas in that joint, it's going they're gonna go ahead and put whatever they need to put in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that jump shot fire, that jump shot tight. I just think you need a little bit more lift and you'll be out here looking like Steph Curry. Guess what? He's gonna add it. Because you're literally
Mm-hmm.
sowing into him. Like that's the thing. You speaking life into another person.
Mm-hmm.
If they
Mm-hmm.
don't receive,
Yeah.
if they don't receive it at that point, it's no longer on you. You can sleep good at night. You can walk away
Yep.
from that situation knowing that not only were you clear in your communications, but you were productive intentionally. So you managed to
Yes.
ask for whatever it is you need while speaking life into that person.
Right.
Right.
Because that's
I've
what
had that
you want.
situation.
Because that's what you
Yeah.
want. You don't want, no matter how
Mm-hmm.
wrong you are, the majority of women, no matter how wrong they are, they don't want no dude running down a laundry list of all they do wrong. And that just be you.
Right.
Like, man, listen, you ain't
I
cooked
just,
yesterday. You ain't fucked me since June. The
Laundry piling up.
kid head is nappy, and that's a girl, and I don't know what to do with girl hair. Come on now, you asked for
Yeah.
a girl, you
Cam.
wanted a girl. Now I gave you
Cam.
one.
mm-hmm.
What's going on? You
Not
know what I'm
I. Not
saying?
I gave you one.
Listen, but
I gave you
Oh
one.
Lord.
I'm done.
but at the hey, listen, he
No,
fulfilled his
but I.
contract. But you know what I'm saying?
You
So
stupid.
nobody
Stupid.
nobody really just wants to be bagged on. You know what I'm saying? And I think also
Yeah.
um is that sometimes, and me and Keisha talked about this personally before, well before she ever got on a podcast, that sometimes y'all women put aside so many of y'all issues that y'all had that when y'all finally come to the issue about one, y'all bring all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's facts.
Definitely.
That's
So
facts.
Yeah.
because it was cool to let this slide, this wasn't a big deal. This wasn't a big deal. This wasn't a big deal. When the big deal finally hits, no, bring all the little deals with them, and then you try
Mm-hmm.
to deliver it all to me at the same time, and wonder why I'm defensive
Yeah.
now. Because what you really
Yeah. Cause
now
now.
saying to me is all I do is mess up. All I do is screw
Yeah.
up.
Now
I
you
don't
gotta
do
Yeah.
play
nothing
52
right.
pickup.
Yeah.
And
And most times they don't even realize you was mad at that little thing or whatever. And now you bring that
Yep.
off. So now what I do, like I said, I'm a sort my stuff out, and then tomorrow or whatever, if I feel better, and we in a lighter space, I'll be like, I was mad at you last night, right? And we'll talk about it. And he'd be like, damn, I didn't even know, like,
No.
I did X, Y, and Z. And it makes it easier than, like you said, building all that up. Because I used to do that. Because to a woman, it's like, all right, that's strike one. I'm gonna let that
Yeah.
slide, but that's strike two. Like now we at strike three, and now you getting it all. And you the last time, it's too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need communication. I need peace. Like, and what you were saying, like I had a situation like that, and oddly enough, it involved the kids. He was spazzing out on the kids, and I'm like, let me hear what they got to say. So they told me their side of the story or whatever. He just was spazzing, but to them, it was just like, oh, I asked for permission for this, and I thought he was saying yes or whatever. It was all miscommunication, right? But he
Mm-hmm.
on 10. He done already snapped on now. I'm in the shower. I don't know nothing about it. So now I'm trying to pick up the pieces and bring everybody back together, right? So I come down, I'm talking to him, and I'm like, it's just me and him. I said, this is what happened at X, Y, and Z, and I understand how you feel. And I kept talking to him like, we're a team, right? We run this household. So even though we finna bring the kids down, we gonna talk to them. I need you to understand, it's me and you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I needed him to understand that I wasn't undermining his authority. You said what you said. I never told these kids you was wrong. I never said anything like that. What I said was, while we were all at the table, is, you know, you thought X, Y, and Z happened, but on their end, they understood it like this. And when he would get real riled up, I would just hone in right on him, like, look at me. It's me and you. Like, I really had to, like, keep his...
And Keisha,
Pay attention,
I'm your
focus.
captain now. Look at me.
Yes.
I'm your captain now.
Listen, because like you were saying, like, you leading the family and all that. And I told them all. I said, two things. When we outside, it's all of our responsibility to make sure that we're all safe. But as the women, it's our responsibility to make sure he comes back home. Right? Because my daughter, her mouth is running. Right? And then that same day,
Oof.
she was getting real crazy with somebody, right? I wasn't there. And the other situation, our other daughter, she just dipped off. And I'm like, yo, we lost a kid. In her mind, she asked him something, and his response was like, go over there. So she heard that as, okay, I can go. So I told her, I said, if something happens to you, this man going crazy. Even if we find you or whatever, somebody got to pay for whatever they did to you if something happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's jeopardizing his safety and his freedom.
Yep.
I need y'all to be aware. My other daughter, listen, your mouth, you got to roll it in. Because if he don't know what happened and you come over and say somebody did or said X, Y, Z, and now he ready to smack somebody, that's jeopardizing his safety. That's jeopardizing his freedom. I said, at the end of the day, he's going to make sure that we're all safe. But it's all our responsibility to make sure we all come home.
Yeah.
That's right.
And in that moment, I needed everybody to understand the world is crazy out there. I'm not going to have that in here.
Yeah.
We're a family. I need us to understand each other, and I need us to have peace. That's it. That's all. So in that moment, I literally had to do what you were saying. I had to talk to the king of him. Now, what I do want to say on the flip side of that, my original statements, right? While I don't like to argue, and while I'll sit here and be like, cool, I'm gonna just shut it all down. Because one thing, I'm fine with agreeing to disagree. But also, my shutting down is sometimes that I don't want to talk to you like how you acted. Right?
Oh.
So I would like to work on that where so in the moment I can say, look, King, da 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 da. I'm not there yet.
No, but
listen.
No, it's hard. It's hard. But recognition is the first step. You are recognizing that you are understanding of that. You are accepting of you being in that place, and you're willing to do the work to get to where you need to go. Because clearly, I literally just told you, yo, I was terrible. Now, like literally, something can be said, and I'm gonna do this. Why don't we take a pause and come back to this conversation a little later? Because maybe I'm not saying something the way you need to hear it, and you're maybe not receiving what I'm saying because there's a block there, because you're already in defense mode. And I don't want you to feel like you have to defend yourself against me, because that's not the case. Because we need to figure this out together. So going forward, this isn't a repeat occurrence. So again, it just goes back to I'm not going to sit there and keep talking to you, but not in that rude, like, I ain't going to keep repeating myself. It's like, no, we're not going to continue this conversation, because really what it's going to get us is me busting you upside your head, because now you done pissed me off. So
Yeah.
before we have to
You
go
gotta know when to
there,
walk away.
yeah, you gotta learn when to just say, okay, let's take a pause, let's take a TO
Yeah.
timeout, and we'll come back to this. And you
Yeah, we
know,
need a minute to breathe, or I need a minute to breathe, or
yeah,
I'm
let's
having a
recalibrate this thing.
communication issue right now. Is a lot different from I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. Like that's it's two
Right.
different energies. It's
Look,
two completely different energies. You know what
that's
I'm
your thing.
saying?
Yes, it
And,
is a
and
completely
Yeah,
different
that
energy.
is
it is.
It
indeed speaking to the king in him because it's reverence, it's respect,
Okay.
it's
yes,
Mm,
acknowledgement. And in making that
mm.
request, you save both of y'all from danger. Is what
yeah,
Keish was speaking on.
That's right.
It's actually her protecting her king while protecting herself. It's
exactly,
doable.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
It's
exactly,
doable.
Yeah.
exactly. And I mean, it goes back to that, aff- affirmations and affirming a man, right? Because we know
Mm-hmm.
that's what y'all like. Y'all
That's true.
like those like
That's true.
positive words of affirmations. Y'all like to be affirmed. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
like to be,
Need, 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 need.
okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
All the
Yeah.
men
I'm
I'm here
on
to
it, y'all. Because a lot of men be
Right.
acting like they don't need it. They be like, oh, it would be nice.
But the
Niggas, say what it
action speaks
is. You
louder than
need it.
words.
You
I'm
need it.
sorry.
You
And
want
they
it.
might not
because
say it.
just as there's some women who don't need what most men need, there are a few men who need other things. But in general, the majority
No,
of
but I think
us
you're right.
need it.
Hmm.
No, I think you're right. I think there is a need for it. And I think if they express the need for that more often, then a lot less of this bullshit where we talking to each other crazy or women are talking to
That's
men
another
crazy.
conversation.
So, I mean, it
Exactly.
is. But, my thing is, if I'm talking to
That's
you nice, right?
believe
If
it.
I'm like, babe, I really appreciate that you looked out for me and made sure I had gas in my car. Thank you. Babe, I really appreciate that, you made sure
Excuse me.
you knew I didn't eat, so you brought food home. I thank you. Babe, I know, I've been sick all week. I haven't been, keeping up my end of the bargain, as far as it pertains to the things around the house. Thanks for picking up the slack. I really do appreciate that. Babe, all that you've been doing for me, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything you need? Is there anything you would like?
Mm.
And it's like I really feel
Mm.
like that dials
Yeah, that's the
back
purse strings, huh?
it dials back the discontent that men have for women when they're
Yeah.
not getting sex on a regular basis, or those
Yeah.
regular home cooked meals, or their laundry isn't
Tissue to
complete,
dry
or
my eyes.
whatever. Those affirmations go such a long way. I have really learned that even something as simple as you might not like something like they wear or whatever, but if it look nice on them, whether you like it or not, if you, baby, you look nice in that. I like that looks good
You
on
gotta
you.
lie.
I like when you.
You ain't gotta lie.
What?
Don't lie about
Really?
what we look like. Don't lie about
No,
what
no,
we
no,
look like.
no. So no. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Rock
Hold
out.
on, hold on. Let
We're
but
doing it again.
see. Here's the
We go.
thing. Here's the thing. This is
We just
also
to making
a
the same
part
bad
of.
mistake.
No.
We
So
going.
hear me out. No, hear me out. Right. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean
I feel you though.
that you
He
know what I'm
does
saying.
it.
Like I have my own sense of style. I might not like that particular style of clothing that you're wearing, but if you put that shit on and make it look good, I'm gonna let you know. Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, and and I can say this because it's not like I haven't said it. Toro growing, he's locking his hair. Well, it's locked and it's growing, and I don't care for it. But when I met my husband, he had the beard and the low cut. And then when he did start growing his hair out, I was like, oh, okay, like when you do it like this, I'm with that. I'm feeling that. That shit cute. The lock thing, I just kind of was like, about it, right? And it's just like, because I feel like everybody on this dick ride wave are locking their hair right now. So, and no, women too. Sorry, I'm not leaving you ladies
Brothers want to
out.
be natural.
Your hair was natural without locking
Ladies,
it.
you too.
You see what I'm saying? But ladies, you too. All these ladies running around here getting sister locks and box tree locks and faux locks. Like, come on. A minute ago, y'all didn't even want to wear y'all hair natural, but we'll talk about that another day. Whatever. So I don't really care for it. But I don't hate on it, right? Because I know that for me to tell him, oh, I don't care about your hair. I hate that shit. that's going to
Yeah,
crush
that's
him.
disrespectful. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
So as where I'm, and I will say this, it's not like I hate it. I don't hate it. It's just not my preferred look for him because of what I'm
Yeah.
used to. But I'm sure he can say, well, bitch, when I met you, your hair was straight and cute and long, and you would get it done all curly, and you had that pretty natural, like good hair look. Now you run around here with these goddamn natural 2B curls and shit. I don't care about that natural hair. He literally could say that. I prefer when you got your hair straightened. But he knows why I don't straighten my hair anymore. Because I'm going to be a bald head, small head junk if I do. Because the way my hair is, I ain't going to have no damn hair. My hair is too soft to keep putting heat in it. So I had to go another route. Y'all, I got a little apple head. I ain't going to lie. One lady told me, she was like, yeah, your hair's kind of small. I don't think I really need to put that many braids in here, bitch. But anyway, I'm digressing. I'm digressing. My business, bitch. Put these motherfucking braids in here. I don't care.
I ain't paying for your opinion.
I'm not, bitch. Listen, I'll go somewhere else. Everybody braid hair. I don't need to keep taking this shit from you.
Listen.
Bitch, get busy. Like ain't nobody talking about this shit. But
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, y'all know I'm simple. I always gotta make a joke out of something because God laughed and cried. But when he said that he wanted to lock his hair, I just was like, and then I realized like, bruh, you're making him feel so bad about this, and it's for what? Because he can't tell you what to do with your hair. So I started saying, he said, "What do you think about my hair?" I said, "It looks good on you. Don't worry about what I think, though. Do you like it?" I do. Right. I said, then good. And like what I would do is, hey, looking at the way, Kareem was doing your hair, try this. And I recommended the interlocking method. Because one thing can't nobody say about me, I can dislike you all day long, but I'm not a hater. Like, I ain't going to stop your bag. I ain't going to stop your shine. I ain't going to step on your toes. None of that, right? So I recommended the interlocking method. And then from there, I was like, okay, so the interlocking method is really, really working well for you. And he kept going with that. And then finally, when it got long enough, he started styling it. And I'm not going to cap. When he get it styled, like he got these like two little French braid like Johnson right now. It's hella cute. And I was like, oh, your hair looks good. I'm not capping. It does look good on him. It fits him. But that don't necessarily mean that's my preference for him. Like, okay, like it looks good on you. Like, he has these Prada boots that I think look like fucking rat stompers. But when he puts them together with an outfit, I'm like, okay, you put that little outfit together cute. Like,
rat stompers is crazy.
Y'all know the Jones. They look like them. They look like, you know how big the Balenciagas look? They just look big on people's feet for no reason. There's some Prada boots like that. Now the black ones, he hit me. He was like, they're sneakers, and the green ones are boots. The green ones are absolutely ugly. And like, so for me, it was like, okay, I don't like those, but I do like these. I'll get you these for your birthday because I would love to see you in these. And he was like, oh, I like those. I know what you like. You like sneakers. You like different shit. So yes, I'm going to appeal to that because that makes you feel good about yourself, and I'm kind of hyping up the king in you. Okay, cool. That's what we're gonna do. I mean, I just have learned I get more with sugar than I do shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you right about it.
So I just learned, like, again, just talk to me nice, talk to him nice, treat him nice, be nice to him, like, say the little things that matter most, and you're like, it's going to go such a long way. Now, have I been reckless out my mouth and had to apologize? Yeah. But I'm a work in progress, and we all are. But I think, receiving that and like, trying to recalibrate that helps, us get to a place of peace with one another to where the disrespect comes a lot less than it used to. You know what I'm saying? So
it's about learning yourself and learning your partner because, like you said, it's two people. Y'all have to learn each other. Y'all have to learn each other's language, your likes and your dislikes.
Yeah.
Because I'm the opposite of what y'all was saying earlier, and he's the one that likes to talk, and I'm the one that I like talking to people when I'm comfortable with you. So I talk to him a lot or whatever. But for the most part, I say what I need to say. I'm cool with quiet time and and all that. You know
Like
what I
that.
mean? So you gotta learn your people. And for him, he got real crazy with me one time, and I had to remind him. Please remember who the fuck I am. We ain't had no problem
Listen,
since then. You have to
listen.
learn because, like you said, we've been with other people. Other people accept other things. You have
And other
to. It
people,
goes back to boundaries and stuff. I'm not
and
accepting that.
other people
Recognize
have
how you talk
caused
to me.
trauma. Like we gotta realize
Yes.
we are in dealing with certain people. We're dealing with past trauma that they've never
Yeah.
reconciled, dealt with, come to terms and grips with, not, like really
Yeah.
resonated themselves with that trauma that it has caused them. So it's not
Mhm.
necessarily always because we done did or said some shit. It's something someone
Yeah.
else did or said that's a trigger for them.
That's
It's
So
a
true.
now
trigger.
that's causing some shit in our
Yeah.
relationship because they
Yeah.
didn't really deal with that. So I've also learned, okay, that's not me. Like that's coming from somewhere else, and you need to go sit your ass down and fix that and figure that out because that's not my problem. But I also had to learn how to say that nicely. Because before it would be like,
Yes.
look, you got some. I literally used to be like,
Yeah.
look, you got
You
some
need to
fucking
figure that shit
unresolved
out.
issues. So you need to go ahead and get out of my face with that shit because I'm not fitting to deal with that. Like, da da da. Now it's like, look, I'm sure like you're triggered by something I done did or said, and it might not be
Hmm.
solely on me, but whatever that is, I'm gonna give you a minute to go ahead and figure that out. And when you got that shit together, come holler at me, or you can
Hmm.
retool this whole conversation and we can keep it moving. Let me know what you want to do. It's really on you. And that's just how I operate at this point. Like I'm not finna do nothing else
Yeah.
because I'm treating people the way I want to be treated. So if you gonna talk to me
That's
crazy,
key.
I'm gonna
That's
let you know
key.
up front. You
What a
talking to me
concept.
crazy, and you're gonna get what you're giving. So you might want to
Yep.
stop. If
Do
you
what you
treat me
have to
nice
do.
and you treat me well, I'm gonna treat you nice to treat you well.
Yeah.
You make sure I eat, I'm gonna make sure you eat. You make sure I got gas, I'll make sure you got gas. Like I am a
Yeah.
fair, equal player around this motherfucker. I do everything just and right for my partner at this point because again, now I said it earlier, you can't take care of me if I'm not taking care of you. You're not gonna talk to me well
Absolutely.
if I'm not talking to you well. You're not gonna treat me nice if I'm not treating you nice. You're not gonna look out for me
Right.
if I'm not looking out for you. But
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
also will tell a motherfucker, the minute I feel like you're not doing those things, I'm going to stop doing those things. And no, you did that to yourself. So anything that
Yeah.
I do or say to you, 9 times out of 10, I've warned you and you bought it on yourself. So it's like, yes, I'm always going
Hmm.
to talk to the king and, men, period. I try not to disrespect men, period, anymore. Because y'all get enough of that shit out here. But I'm not
Yes.
going to let you do me something all the time just because life hard, man. Like, don't take that
Yeah.
shit out on me. I'm not your enemy. And I think that's where it all really starts. Everyone realizing we are on the same team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
That's
Yeah.
what I
fight the
want black
fight
people to
together, but
understand.
fairly.
Yeah.
And we really can
Fairly.
conquer some shit if you just,
Yeah.
we all get on the same page.
Yeah. Definitely.
I feel that.
Um, we're gonna wrap, but before we do, I just want to bring up this thing that you said that I feel like that needs to be repeated. It's just, it's not enough, heard enough for a dude to hear both. Thank you and what can I do for you as part of the same
Oh,
sentence.
yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when y'all think about speaking to the king, y'all man, try that shit out, please. You'll be
Absolutely.
Goes a long
surprised.
way.
Yeah.
The look on his face will be, what? You said
Listen.
both in the same
Absolutely.
sentence? Because
But I
some
want to
dudes
say something though.
have women that thank them, and some dudes do
Yeah.
have women that ask, "What can I do for you?" But to get both,
I do both.
they
Yeah.
don't get no realer than that.
I do both.
I want
Keisha,
I
what
want
you
to
gonna
say
say?
something real quick about what you said because earlier you said about it's about your king, about the man that you're with, but not just that. Like I said in the beginning, like I love black men. So my friends, I understand their situation or whatever, we talk or whatever. But
Yep.
like she said, it's hard out here for black men, just like it's hard out here
Mm-hmm.
for black women. So I'm gonna speak to the king and my friend too,
But
All
because
the
they
that's
need that
time.
easier to
too.
do. But that's easier to do. That's so much easier to do. You want to know
It
why?
is
Nah, not all the
easier.
Y'all
time.
male
It
friends
is
don't piss
easier
y'all off like
because
y'all man do. It's
your friend
not
is
the
not gonna
same.
trigger you.
There you go.
But
Nine
that
times
don't
out
mean
of
you shouldn't
10.
do it more, because
No, no,
some
no, no,
women
no. I'm
don't.
not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is a lot of times that happens more often and it happens already. I know far
No,
more women
see.
who speak to the king and they homeboys, they brother, they male bestie than they
And
will
not they man.
to the man
But
that they share a bed with every day, every night.
but
Because
let me tell
the
you
Yeah.
why.
stakes is different. The stakes is
Mm.
completely different.
Exactly,
So the
exactly. There is a
Agreed.
different
infractions,
dynamic.
yes, and the
I can
infractions
agree with that.
feel completely different. So when the bestie piss you off, y'all mad, y'all not gonna talk maybe for a day, maybe two. But y'all be back in like Flynn in a couple of days. Maybe a show y'all watch
Mm.
together comes on, or maybe a mutual op comes into the picture and y'all start
A
bidding on
mutual
the
Mm.
up.
whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It don't take much.
Mm.
Whereas in
Mm.
mess around, not speak to this person you live with for days. This person that you want to spend the rest of your life with is
Yeah.
completely shut
I
out.
can't do that.
You know what
Do
I'm
you know
saying?
Mm.
me? Did you know me? Like, do you know me? Like, bitch,
Like,
I whack like you invisible. Like, I
you know
don't
what I'm
care.
saying? Real rap.
But I do that across the
I feel
board.
like
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I got
Not
a you
here
you you.
for Demisha Unicorn Hour. Okay?
No, what I'm
But I
saying
feel
is,
you
it
on doing it
doesn't
across the
matter.
board.
Like
I do.
again, just because you have to get to this point where you have to, it's boundaries and balance. You have to treat
yeah.
everybody the same way because
Well, not the
these
same,
these
but
are people. But you know what I'm saying. These people are a part of your life, and they hold like high stakes. They hold high positions in your life. So you have to
Yeah.
let them know. Listen, I'm finna give you what you need, but I'm not gonna let you drain me to get it. And that's a call. I got a friend right now calling me.
hold on. Don't go too deep into this explanation for something we need for another episode. I be trying to
You're
tell
right.
y'all, can't give
You're right.
all the goods. Okay, every episode
But
can't be an hour and 30.
you're
We're
right. But all
we
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
say is
bullshit.
my homeboys get talked to and they
That's a
get talked
fact.
at, right or wrong. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
I'm not gonna love on them
Mm.
the way that I love on my spouse, significant other, the
Mm.
person I'm sleeping with, but I'm gonna give you what you need to
Mm.
succeed. It might be
Yeah.
some tough love sometimes, but listen, all the people in my life
Mm.
know I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, but I'm not gonna let you play with me. I'm not gonna
I
let
know that's right.
like I'm just not gonna let it be. Like I be telling people about themselves now, and if you don't like it, move around me. And when you want to talk about what I
Mm.
said, come holler at me. But I'm gonna talk to you nice, but I'm gonna give you the real. And some people can handle that, and some people can't. And when I realize that
Mm.
people can't, I don't say nothing until I know that. Like my grandmother's famous phrase is, and we're gonna end on this: if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Can't top that.
Mm.
Listen,
Nope.
once again, this is Keish time to go ahead and plug. I mentioned it before. Listen, I keep telling you, gotta be ready with abundance and
We
joy.
gonna get her.
So
We gonna get her a
engaged
little
in the
banner sign.
conversation.
Simply the
Gotta be,
shade.
you
Okay. Look, where my
gotta be
card?
ready. Okay,
Bam! Here we go. Simply Nashay. Hit me up. Hit
okay.
me up on Instagram at Simply Nashay, Nache. Okay, don't forget it.
And if you can't
If
spell
you can't
simply,
get
get off
there,
the
you
Instagram.
will remember Keish with the cake. Go through
Fact.
there. Get at me. I
That's
got
a
the
fact.
goods.
She got
Yes,
the
yes, you
mother
do.
goods.
And it be good, good.
Factuals.
Yeah, I
Factuals. I
love it.
mean, she'll cater
I just
your
love
event.
music.
You know what I'm saying? If you in Philly,
Meal
you want to
prep.
Mm-hmm.
pick her up during Platter Week,
All
meal
that.
prep, what you need.
Yeah.
Listen.
And if
What you
you're a
need.
desserts
Hey.
whore like me, go get some of that good old, banana pudding and such from her. Because,
Yeah.
I'm waiting on mine.
And she trying some different things. You know what I'm saying? That she had the Krabby Cupcakes
Yes.
the other week, the Krabby Patty
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
the other week. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
scoot on over there and see
Mm-hmm.
what's up with it. Um,
Yeah.
Yes.
Ladies, I appreciate y'all energy as always, y'all input, y'all insight. This was definitely an interesting topic. It's something that I probably I wouldn't have came up with myself because I didn't really think about it, and I don't think enough men really think about it at all. So I'm glad that that clip was found. Good find, Keish, so that we could really just have
Yeah.
this out in the open. Um,
Mm-hmm.
on behalf of A.C.E, our brother, that's who he always be, doing his thing in the background and on the sidelines.
Yeah.
On behalf of our beloved
Mm-hmm.
sponsor, Keish with the cakes, Beloved, the
My dog.
co-hostess with the mostest. Mimi the goddess, aka Moneybag Meech, aka Big
Yes, big meat.
Meech.
That's me. That's me, baby.
Yeah, man. And on behalf of your favorite coach's favorite coach, be safe and stay dangerous. Be respectful. Um, be patient with yourself and others. Um,
Lord, yes.
what's another thing? Always be learning. Okay, always be learning. Okay. And be kind to everybody that you possibly can. I understand some people's gonna make it impossible. That's fine. Don't worry about it. But for everybody else, please be kind to them. But most importantly, people, be kind every day to yourselves. All right.
Yes,
Let's
Jesus.
make it a priority. All right.
Yes.
Can't point at
Life
nobody
hard,
but
man.
everyone. You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah.
All right, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Whether it was 5 or 55 minutes that you spent, please come back here. We always gonna have a chair for you at the Life Be Life and podcast. Y'all
Yes.
stay safe. We out of here.